Shout out to my boy Sculptimo Toys for always hooking it up. You're always coming through for me, bro, and I like to show that I appreciate you every single video. So, once again, big shout out to you for coming through in the clutch, man. Thanks again. Just a friendly reminder from your boy Animated Heroes, don't forget to check out my boys at Sculptimo Toys for the best figures, best prices, and fastest shipping if you guys haven't already. Let's get into it. What the heck is up, you guys? Animated Heroes here, back with another action figure review. And as you guys can see today, we're going to be taking a look at the Mezco exclusive Marvel Spider-Man Far From Home. This is so far my favorite costume by Tom Holland, so I am really excited for this figure. So let's go ahead and take a look at that sexy packaging so that we can get right to the figure itself. Now for that sexy packaging, we finally got one that will fit on screen. It says 112 Pose Play and Display at the top. We got the Mezco exclusive sticker right there. Marvel Spider-Man Far From Home. We got Marvel at the bottom. At the top, it does say 112 Pose Play and Display. We got all the stuff that doesn't matter at the bottom. Spider logo on the side with Spider-Man written next to it. That looks pretty cool. Same thing going on this side as well. I really dig that Spider logo. And then we have this badass image on the back. This is probably my favorite part about the packaging. This looks absolutely phenomenal. So I like this already. Now let's go ahead and get the figure out. And this is one thing that I always forget. There are those people who I know love to see what the figure looks like in the packaging. So for you people who like that kind of thing, here this is for you guys as well. Now, just in case you guys haven't picked it up, I will say as of lately, I have been sick. So if you can hear it in my voice, I'm very sorry about that. But that is something I forgot to say. And you guys don't have to worry. I don't have you-know-what that is going on all around the world right now. It's just a little cold that I ended up getting somehow, some way. But anyway, like I said, don't have that. So you guys don't worry. I'm going to be fine. But moving on to the figure, I got to say straight out of the packaging, this figure is exactly what I was expecting. If you guys have the Mezco Homecoming Spider-Man, then this figure is pretty much the exact same. The only difference is the texturing in the clothing, as you guys can see, and I'll go ahead and cover it from head to toe. I really like how they sculpted the head. It looks very nice. As you guys can see, they got all the line work properly. I don't see any line issues in there. The lines are painted very well. And then I really like how they did the spider logo on the back. I don't know why, but this is my favorite spider logo out of all the Spider-Man figures. And I know a lot of people don't like this one. They don't really like the Iron Man Spider-Man, but it doesn't really bother me. Tom Holland, honestly, has been my personal favorite Spider-Man to watch. Now, my favorite Peter Parker will always be Tobey Maguire. But anyway, back to the figure. I will say the entire outfit looks nice. I really like how they did all the fabric and everything. I really like how they did the black. As you guys can see, the texturing is there in the costume. And I like how they transitioned from the fabric to the sculpting. It looks very fluid. It looks solid. As you can see, it's all like this matte color, this matte black. And it's actually black. It's not like that dark purplish color or dark brown that you guys see with the SH figure art. So I really think Mezco did a good job from head to toe on this figure. Now, that being said, let's go ahead and put this guy back so we can see how tall he stands. Now, in terms of his height, as you guys can see, he's just shy of 6.5 inches. So he's pretty tall. I know that Tom Holland definitely grew between the first couple of movies that he was in. I do feel like the figure's a little bit too tall, but of course we'll see as soon as we do some size comparisons, and we will be getting to that a little bit later. But first off, let's go ahead and take a look at that articulation, because I know that's what everybody wants to see anyway. Articulation wise, he looks up about that much, which is really good actually. I like when Spider-Man figures can look up. He doesn't look down very far. His head is on a typical ball peg, as you guys can see. So this is about as far down as you can get the head, and that's also moving the neck. You can move the neck around as well. Not very far, but it does move, and you do get a little bit of tilt in there as well. His arm goes up about that much, so that works out. He can punch forward, no issues, and he can lift his hand up about that much. He can go back about that much, and it doesn't feel like you're tearing that fabric. He does have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, thank goodness. His hands are on a ball peg, so you can move those around freely however you want. Now, he does have a diaphragm joint, and it's better than most, but it's still not the best. So with the diaphragm joint, you can crunch him forward about that much. He doesn't really go back at all. That's going to come out of the waist. Now, if you move the waist, he can crunch forward a whole lot better. And, of course, he can crunch back a whole lot better as well. Of course, he does have turn in there. You just don't want to turn it too much and ruin that fabric. So, but that is there. His foot goes forward about that much, as you guys can see, so he can definitely kick. Doesn't really go back at all, which I completely understand. He can do the splits very well, so that's good. He does have double jointed knees, which is very necessary for Spider-Man, of course. And his foot goes down about that much, up about that much, and it does slightly have an ankle rocker. And one thing I forgot, it does also have thigh swivel, so you can turn his leg very well. Articulation, I'm definitely satisfied. I feel like I can get this guy in most of the poses that I want to put him in. Now for his accessories, this is where the figure really shines for me, and this is typical with Mezco, but straight out of the packaging, he comes with just a default standard expression on his face and a pair of fist hands. He also comes with a pair of web gripping hands with his thumb out to hold on to the webs. He comes with a pair of web shooting hands, which every Spider-Man should, and then he comes with two different pair of stylish hands. All of these, which we've seen before, this one's like slightly closed, like he's reaching to do some wall crawling. And then this one's like his hand's already on the wall. So hands, we've seen these before. Also, as far as the expressions go, these are ones we've seen as well. He comes with an expression where his eyes are like almost completely closed, like he's squinting. Then he comes with a head where he's slightly squinting. Now, this is one I didn't get before because I didn't get the homemade suit version, but he does come with a really nice Tom Holland head. I enjoy this. This is probably the best one that I've seen so far. So I like this. This is one that I'm very glad we could get. Now, also, one thing that they included that I wasn't expecting, but that I'm happy about is he also comes with Tony Stark's glasses that have pretty much control over everything in the world. These look really nice. It would be cool if, like, they gave us a separate pair that probably had, like, some like technology something going on there, like they did with the Vegeta Scouter. Some of you guys probably don't even know what I'm talking about, but it would have been cool if they would have gave us a second pair like that. But anyway, as far as his web accessories go, he comes with just a typical web shooter, and of course you do attach these to the wrist, and it does have just like a little spiral at the end there. He comes with another web accessory. This one is just one piece, and it's really long at the end. As you can see, there's more spirals of web. These look nice. Now, here are the really good ones. He also gets one where it's kind of like he webbed an opponent's face, and you can just kind of clamp that on there. And I'm assuming it just goes on something like this, and it just sticks. He'd never web himself, of course, but that's pretty much the gist of how it's supposed to look. Now, this is probably my favorite one. He comes with this piece of web where it's kind of like going all over the place. And this can be like if he's shooting to web an enemy up or something like that. I really think this one looks cool, especially considering the fact that his outfit does have a whole bunch of different web options. I don't know if you guys saw the movie Homecoming. Most of you probably did, so you know he has like a ton of options for webbing. Now, one other one that he got, and I'm going to move the figure back so that you guys can see it better. He comes with this piece of web right here, which this one is awesome as well. I'd love to take a couple of shots of him like crawling on this one or just even putting an enemy in it. So that looks nice. And lastly, one thing I never really get excited about showing, but because of the fact that I like this logo so much, here is his base. And man, I freaking love that logo. I don't know why I'm such a fan of it, but it looks sick, man, in my opinion. And so very happy they included that as well. Next up, for some size comparisons, here he is standing next to the Marvel Legends Stealth Suit Spider-Man, which everyone calls Spider-Man Noir, and of course the main enemy in the movie, the Marvel Legends Mysterio. Next up, here he is standing next to the Mafex Classic Deadpool, which is one of my favorite figures of all time, and of course the Marvel Legends PS4 Spidey, which is also really dope. Here he is standing next to the McFarlane toy Shigaraki from My Hero Academia and the SH Figure Arts Dragon Ball Broly Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. And lastly, here he is standing next to the Marvel Legends Monster Venom, which is someone I do want to see Tom Holland Spider-Man go up against. Do you guys think we'll ever get to see it? If so, let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section below. Now, I'm not sure how many of you guys ended up seeing my Homecoming review, the Mezco Spider-Man, but That pretty much is the main reason that I'm not full of enthusiasm about this figure, because technically it's the same figure in my opinion. It's nice. Everything about this figure is great. There's no flaws. In my opinion, where it really shines is the accessories, because the accessories are usually what make or break a figure other than articulation. And I gotta say, articulation's great, accessories are great. But if you have the Mezco Homecoming Spider-Man, it feels like the exact same figure. So once again, you know exactly what you're going to be getting with this guy if you do have that figure. Now, all that to say, once again, figure is nice. If you are a fan of Spider-Man, obviously, this is one you got to have. Definitely worth the pickup. He is a Mezco exclusive, so if you guys haven't gotten your hands on him, might be a bit of a doozy to get him. I think he's probably retailing at about 140 right now. I think that's what I saw last time. If you are debating on getting your hands on him, do it now, because you guys all know what happens with Mezco exclusives. We don't get any reissues, and they continue to just go up in price. And there's just no way to score these guys without paying something hefty. So I do recommend it once again. For a Spider-Man fan, it's really enjoyable. It's just not something that I'm super excited about, because once again, I've already had this figure technically. But yeah, I really like the red and the black. Definitely complements the look. The Tom Holland head is really what made it for me. That and the accessories. So if you don't want it for the figure, get it for the accessories at least, because you can definitely get a lot of enjoyment out of posing this figure. Now, that being said, that is my review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Once again, I'm very sorry about being sick, but I needed to get this out to you guys. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That always helps me out. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I upload new videos. And of course, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. Stay safe out there.